I don't know how you describe it. It's weird. It's a strange looking tea bucket, but it's not a tea bucket because it's got a roof on it. It's a tea, but it's bent tea. I don't, how do you, where do you go? I don't know.
Here's a whole new idea in styling.
You have to show the person the photo. Like people go, oh, that's weird, or that's unusual, or that's strange. Why did you do it like that? You know, I didn't do it. Steve Scott did it. Well, I was probably 12 or 13 and I was working in my uncle's sports shop. The money that I earned, I used to buy the models. Why did I pick uncertainty? I think it probably because it was different. It's consumed my life for a while since I've seen it. Yeah, I don't know if it was really smart. I wouldn't have wanted to build this car if I was just going to build one that looked a bit like it. That to me would be a waste of time. Why would you put so much effort into something that looks a bit like the car? I was possessed by saying it had to be the same. It had to look right. You need to buy Hillborn, you need to buy wire wheels, you need to have the right size mags, and that's where I had to get people to make things for me. Who made the aluminium sump? Who made the inlet manifold? Who made the taffet covers? You know, how do you do torsion bar suspension? I mean, it's got weird suspension setup in it. It took time. It took time, but we got there. When I say we, because I needed a lot of guys around to help me to do it. You know. They say that the original one ran, but there's not too much evidence to prove that. Can't find any pictures that show the original T had a fuel tank. I can't find anywhere that showed it had a battery. But I was adamant that it had to be totally functional. Everything that could potentially put it on the road here in New Zealand. I've always thought it was pretty cool. I've always thought it was neat. I didn't know the background about it until I started to actually put it together. And then I found about the story of Barris and the story about the car vanishing and then it being, you know, sold under him and then him moving to Hawaii. Where's the original? I have no idea. Steve Scott came on the scene at the time when Barris and Ed Roth were making some pretty weird cars. He came on the scene, made a huge impact. It won sweepstake at car shows, it beat Barris at the first Grand National Roadster show that he put the car. But what happened aspired from that. Apparently there was a bit of a public outroar and there was a bit of a scuffle and he was a bit ostracised. Even now, you'll never see shots, all these programs that they have of old cars and old cars that have made a difference. Uncertainty's never featured. It's a shame, really. Once I got into building it, I could see that it was going to happen. I then started to look at the bigger picture. This car's not going to be appreciated in New Zealand. This car needs to go to America. Doing SEMA and getting the reaction that we did from that time on for the next 2.5 years, my life was like I was living on a cloud. The experience of doing the American tour, the people that we met, I don't know what would be the next thing to make this better. This car's got the story because the old car had a story. I enjoy the story that we're able to share with everybody on this car because it was a long experience to build it, and then when we took it to America, it had so much impact. I think it adds to the story. People say it's the same car, you know, like guys said, that's the uncertainty. I said, no, it's not, mate. This steering wheel's on the wrong side. Oh,